Hey guys, it's Leanne, and today I'm going to be talking just a little bit about what I've been learning in my classes as a social work student. So today I wanted just to talk a little bit about allyship and what that means to me personally, and just what that looks like practically, I guess, as a social worker or an up-and-coming social worker. Essentially, I think allyship really is just being able to be in, sometimes it incorporates being in a place of privilege. So it would mean to be in a privileged state or have a privileged status, and being able to use that privilege to help move a group forward who might not have the means or the voice to do so. Two things come to mind. One of them is to be curious and stay curious, and the other one is to be selfless. So the second part of the question was, how have I come to this understanding of what allyship means to me? I've been learning about allyship a lot in my classes, and so that's kind of where my basis has been. Honestly, I hadn't really learned about allyship until I started social work, which is kind of crazy. I heard a lot about what it was just through everything going on in terms of just Black Lives Matter and things with DACA and just immigrant rights, and also just with other just things happening in our country that are just coming to the surface more as we gain more awareness through so many avenues. I have come to this awareness, just by being curious in class and readings, and also just in my own development and reflections, just learning about what that means for me, especially because I am myself a part of an oppressed people group and community. I am a Black individual, African American individual living in America, and I'm also a woman living in America. So having both of those just facets of me and what that means in terms of me having allies, because that's also something that I really never considered in my life because of just where I grew up, not really having that awareness. I think also in terms of what cultural humility means when it comes to, I'm specifically working to become an ally to the LGBTQ plus community. So I guess when it comes to cultural humility in that sense, I'm thinking a lot about, well, first of all, just my background as not only a Black woman but also a Christian woman, so what that means for me too, and how it's just a different way of life that I'm not used to and that I don't identify with, especially as a cisgender heterosexual female. And so thinking about those pieces and how that works in with my allyship, and there's a lot that I have to work through, especially when it comes to just biases that I hold, not just within this people group, but especially just as I'm working to be an ally and being aware of biases that I have, being aware of assumptions that I might make because of this certain community. Yeah, kind of learning how to really just be humble and have humility, not coming to a group and saying, I know everything there is to know about you and I'm good, I just want to be here and support you. So yeah, and it's not coming like that, but instead thinking about how can I come to this group with a humble spirit and also just really use whatever privilege I might have to be a voice while not silencing the voice of those who are oppressed. Yeah, I'm excited to learn. I'm ready to learn, and I think especially being a social worker, it's going to be such a huge part of my job. I think for myself, being an ally seems a little scary because I don't want to mess up. If I'm so afraid to mess up that I don't ever make a move or stand up for the voiceless or, just speak up for what's right, then nothing will ever change. I think we all have a unique power within ourselves to be able to shed light on issues that really matter. Just steer the conversation in ways that maybe haven't been steered before. I look forward to what I'm going to learn just in the course of the semester, and also in the course of just my ongoing perpetual student life. I really hope that this was informative, and I hope that it also gives more of a picture of what my journey into allyship looks like. And I'd love to hear from you what your journey looks like. And just your stories of allyship. What does it look like for you? What has it looked like in the past? Have you made mistakes? What does that look like? How did you remedy those mistakes? I'm curious to find out. So thanks for watching, and definitely leave your comments below. Thanks.